Good morning. This is Pixie doing another video. It's Saturday and it's not too bad. I received some good news, yippee. So I got my birthday at the end of the month, but the Insta smile are sending my other moulding. They're sending me my mould for my teeth, my upper mandible. Or whatever. So that'd be fun. So I just get it just before it's compulsory to wear masks in shops and everywhere else. So I'll probably shut off a little bit. I'll wear it. It's really for special occasions. It's not nothing. You know, it's not like I'm gonna be wearing it all the time. There's no point. Because the face is covered up quite a lot of the time. B, I'm at work, so I don't really have to have any special teeth in, really. And also it won't last long. So if I use it all the time, use it as casual use. Like if you go for a drink. If you're going to go out for a meal, best put them in after you've had the meal, and you know, just go off to the toilet, pop them in. And some people might notice, or they will notice. They go, "Huh? What's that with your teeth?" Oh, you know, it's one of those things. First impressions is probably quite good, because then when people see that, they're going to think, "Oh, your teeth are bright, right?" And then you say, "Well, they're not actually." But it looks good, huh? It's all about painting illusions, isn't it? A lot of people are in illusions that they're happy. They've never sat down and think to themselves, "Am I getting what I want out of life? And am I happy?" A lot of them are committed to things, and then they're stuck in these rucks, so to say. And well, I mean, they're doable. It's just the challenges of life. You don't have it always your own way, but ultimately you want to be in something that you grow and benefit from at some level. You don't want to be stuck. I mean, there's always a bit of sacrifice, like me paying child support for really the last 20 years. It's on occasions where I've had lower earning jobs. It's left me poor, and now I have to work about 40 hours plus in order to just get enough to get some dough in, really. And that's always a bit of a difficult one now. So other projects, other things. There's stuff I can't talk about because it gets censored, and even talking about that could get censored itself. So you get censored for talking about things getting censored. And that's because we're in a war. That's what it is, a Cold War. So I can probably talk about some stuff I was going to talk about. I was talking about yesterday, but somehow reason got blocked or paused or whatever the hell they done to it. Because I could play it on my mobile device, but if I uploaded it and tried to play it from the site, it wouldn't do anything. It just was 9 minutes of my face not moving. And I thought that was weird. There's nothing there that's considered controversial, not particularly. Maybe a bit passionate about things. So I'll talk about a bit of code. So most states have states within states because they operate as a kind of an elite group. This kind of model. It's like managers, workers. That's that kind of model. You know, people, governors, all these other things that goes up. So you got that goes on, and this goes on in most countries. And it's no different. Other countries that are quite more stricter or appear to be stricter in their nature. Now, with the changes in the economy and government bailing us out, bailing out firms, where there's a liquidation situation where things are going to bust and other things like that, the only way the government can't keep bleeding money. It has to create a system by which it can function. And that would be the other system that comes under a C. That's probably the best way because ultimately they've got the control. They can say, "Hey, you know, you're not paying us enough money," or for whatever reason they can call the shots on them. And most of these systems at the moment, they've got a I can mention this probably word. They've got a capitalism in there. But it's like the outer system, and then the inner system goes different. It's demanding that you pay a certain amount of money and things like that. that you can't own certain things, and you're already getting it with companies. They sell you devices, but you can't modify them or do anything with them. So they don't actually. You're paying to lease them until they expire, but you're not actually owning them. So it's already there. It's just getting pushed along. I mean, all it takes is a visionary who understands where I'm coming from, who follows the curve and thinks, well, if I push it this far, I can maximise it. I can turn around to government, hey, why don't we own some of these firms? You know, why don't we own a firm that makes PPE if it's going to be an ongoing thing, or whatever, and then it just expands from there, really. And so if we integrate with the banks, because that's where we're going, because there's a corporate state as well. You know, where there's money, there's power, and so it drives forward choices. So a lot of that goes on. So that's not really controversial in its sense. And I don't know if anyone's if that's banned or blocked for whatever reason, then it's by an uneducated mob, or a mob that have been kind of influenced. They're being paid to do this. That's the thing. That's the bottom line. I mean, the freedom of speech is being removed, and that's what's worrying. I have to transfer my ideas just into books. Just write a load of books of things, just look for everything. And the other thing as well, certain activity at that side of the world where there's been a lot of conflict and other things, in the Asian Pacific area, there's also talk about some asteroid that's moving in close, and I'm wondering if it influences the weather patterns and causing things like earthquakes and floods that have recently turned up. And they may get worse as it gets closer, because it's having some influence over the gravity of the planet, which I think is a bit more complicated. It's like a subtle influence of a field, sort of field dynamics. So where the planet follows an orbit, it has a subtle field of energy in that orbit, and if something comes into it and just starts disrupting it, it's like the train's running on rails and someone's putting leaves on the track. It starts influencing the impact of it, and it just can cause it. You know, it wouldn't take a lot to cause it an earthquake. You've only got to disrupt things or cause increased flooding. So yeah. So anyway, that's some thoughts on that one. Anything else? No. And also, I've been feeling really hot. I'm thinking, I've got corona again. I had to have a cold bath yesterday, but it could be supplements and all sorts of things. So I just take a step back from it. You just feel like you can't cool down, even though you're inside and stuff like that. Or you lay down, you think, "Oh, I feel just hot." You feel unsettled inside, but it could be something I've eaten. It doesn't necessarily be that. But then again, I think there's a lot of corona in the environment. It's just it doesn't necessarily impact on everyone in the same way, and that's it really. It's the lottery. Anyway, this is Peace sign off, and speak to you later.